Welcome to Radical Improvements. This is my men's lifestyle channel, and my goal is to give you an unfiltered and raw look at self-improvement. Today, we're going to look at how to make friends in the modern world. This is something that has always come up since the beginning when I started trying to help guys, when I started coaching guys. A lot of men struggle nowadays with how to make friends, especially after they leave higher education and they're out in the world on their own, trying to meet new people in new cities. It is something that many struggle with. So I want to make this video and the series of videos that will follow this diving deeper into this subject. We're going to start this first video by laying out a strategy, a simple process that anyone can follow to make more friends. And when I say simple, it's going to be so simple that you will have done it before. It's just that we need to lay something out that is, not complicated, not super difficult to do, but you can just follow step by step. So we can get you from, step one to having a good social circle, having a bunch of friends that you can count on, that can be there for you in your life journey. I like simple step processes that are easy to follow in dating as well, in business as well. If you're going to do something over and over again to get results with, more than just like one, it's like sales, you need to have a simple step process that can be repeatedly followed. Simple step processes that pretty much are always the same beats every time. We can do that with making friends and simplify it in your mind so it's not some scary proposition that you don't know how to do. You almost certainly know how to do it. You've made friends before, but let's just put this into a process so you can always look back at the process if you feel like you're lost and you don't know what to do. So here is the process. Locating people, finding and meeting potential new friends, getting contacts off them and following up, doing something with them again, optional, setting up a regular activity you both like, optional number 5, bringing these individual friends you've made into a group. Or you can just maintain a one-on-one friendship as well. 4 and 5 are both optional, but we'll talk more about them. Like I said, none of this is hard. Individual steps become hard for different reasons. That's what I'm going to go over in future videos. Like I'll have a ton of videos on meeting people, like where to meet them, how to screen for better people by where you meet friends, how to, screen in initial conversations if these people are worth following up with, that sort of thing. I think that's pretty good about like selecting people who are going to be good friends for you. But the actual process of making friends is incredibly simple, and people fall down, I think, mostly on the follow-up stage where you've met someone but you just don't follow up for whatever reasons. This brings me into like other videos I'm going to talk about where you delve into the mental aspect of trying to build relationships, social relationships, and not just romantic ones. A lot of it is in your own mind. Like you don't follow up, or you're scared to ask them for a contact when you meet them. Social fear is a big part of this, fear of rejection and embarrassment or whatever, but also just like losing enthusiasm for the whole process, isolating yourself, doing things because you're not in the best mindset for this stuff, or you're not relentless enough socially, you're not open enough to doing stuff socially yet. These are things you can improve on. We'll talk about them in future videos, like I said. But it tends to fall down, I think, for most people in the follow-up. A lot of people are good at going out and meeting loads of people. They never follow up with anyone. They never try and arrange to do stuff again. They never introduce people they know to other people, being that social butterfly that connects people and builds friend groups. These are all things you can learn to do. They are not hard. You do them once or twice or 3 times and suddenly, it's a very simple thing that you can do. It's very simple to actually do this over and over again. That's kind of the point of writing out this process. These are things that are simple to do over and over again. And if you do them over and over again, you end up with a big social circle, a big friend group. What's getting in the way is not like the knowledge. It's not knowing what to do. Well, it isn't now. I've given you the whole sheet. But the idea is, a lot of what gets in people's ways is social anxiety, is, maybe you're dealing with depression, maybe you are, you're not the most extroverted person, so this is a lot harder for you. And I have a lot of, sympathy, and I want to delve deep into those stumbling blocks. But like I said, if you are feeling like you lack enthusiasm or you're feeling anxiety, having the steps written out like this is very helpful, because you can just refer okay, I'm going to ignore what my brain is shouting at me, and I'm going to refer to these steps. This is what I want to do. I'm just going to send the messages. I'm just going to go out and try and meet people. I'm just going to send out a message to 2 friends telling them, but hey, do you both want to come to this event with me? And then you have to try and you can try and form a friend group together. It's just about doing these steps and doing these actions, almost forcing yourself. But as long as you have them written down, you know they work, that's what you can do. You can sort of just go through the motions, and going through the motions gets you to what you want. I think it has, going through the motions has like a bad rep, doesn't it? Like, I'm just going through the motions. But like, you accidentally end up with the things you wanted. You just lacked enthusiasm and drive in that moment. But instead of letting that decide your life, you do you do the necessary steps anyway. Do it like that thing of do it, feel the fear, do it anyway. This is like, feel the lack of enthusiasm, do it anyway. That's what a lot of socializing requires, you to kind of just drive yourself through the lack of motivation to do it. Especially with the first step of like meeting new people, I'm going to have to do a lot of stuff about social anxiety. But I also notice that people just don't have a lot of good ideas about where to meet people. That seems to be a huge thing. It's like, I don't know where to meet people. So I'm going to do several series of videos about where to meet people. And if you're confident with the rest of this, that's cool. Maybe that's all you need. But I'm trying to find the areas within this process, within these processes of making friends, that people find difficult. And if there's anything I'm missing here and you think I'm a complete fucking idiot, comment, please help me. I want to find the areas of like problems. Where are you stumbling? Because stuff like building connection over time, becoming stronger friends, for me, that's just repeat hanging out. That's just talking to them longer. The more you hang out with people, the more you talk to them, the more you share with them, you build connection over time. The difficult part is more these early bits where you are meeting people and following up and actually trying to get into that stage where you can form deeper connections. But yes, I'll talk more about the late stages of friendship, I guess, as well, like keeping in touch with friends, like trying to build stronger connections. I can talk about that later, but I think more people struggle with the earlier stuff personally. That's why I focus entirely on the early stages of finding people to be friends, finding like people to build friend groups with. I think building stronger relationships and managing relationships down the road, it's going to be very bespoke, and like bespoke is the wrong word. It's going to be very specific to your situation and what's happening between the two of you, etc. So maybe like long-term friendship management, it could be a video down the line, I think. But for the moment, definitely focusing on where to find people, how to follow up with them, how to build friend groups from scratch. Okay, so I hope you guys got something out of this video. I'll leave the steps in the description if anyone wants to take them. And yeah, watch out for the rest of this series. I've got a lot of videos coming down the line about this. Peace out.